welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is up to the Mighty Mafia out there in the comic community? This is your boy Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and we're back with another top 10 list. Today, we're going over the top 10 Fantastic Four comics I want in my collection. But before we get started, guys, like in every video, I'm going to ask you, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, do me a favor, click that subscribe button, get this video out to 200 likes, and like I always do, I'm going to give something away out of the personal collection. Also, turn on the notification bell because it lets you guys know out there in the community when I post new videos. But first, a message from our sponsor. I told you guys from here on out, I'm going to be giving something out of my personal collection away every 1,000 subscribers from here on out. And we're just about almost at 4,000. I think we're about 600 and change away. Guess what, guys? This is the 4,000 sub giveaway. It is this awesome 1/10 scale Thanos diorama from Infinity War. I want to tell you, this thing is freaking awesome. It is nearly perfect for a Thanos statue. So do me a favor, go ahead, click that subscribe button for me, smash that like button, and let's give this sucker away as soon as possible. Alright, so we're back for the top 10 Fantastic Four books that I want in my collection. Now, there are a lot of Fantastic Four keys out there, and I believe that all Fantastic Four books still have room to go up in value over the next couple of years until they show up in the MCU, and these are my top 10. So at the top spot, guys, is what else? It is a copy of Fantastic Four #1 and the first appearance of Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, and a CGC 1.8 just sold this month for $9,300. But that's not all. Back in October, there was a 2.0 sale for $13,000. To me, this is the ultimate book you want to buy if you're a Fantastic Four fan and are willing to hold these books long term. To me, I think this one's a no-brainer, although it is not my favorite Silver Age Marvel Grail cover. There are a lot more better covers in this, like AF-15, Hulk 1, Tales of Suspense 39. We can go on and on. This one is probably my least favorite. It's still a #1 book I'd want on this list. At the 2 spot, guys, is a monster key. It is a copy of Fantastic Four #5 and the first appearance of our favorite Latvian, Dr. Doom. You guys know I'm on the Dr. Doom bandwagon, but guess what? This book has really come down over the last month. A CGC 2.0 sold this month for $4,800, which is down from I think around $6,000 over the past 30 days. But there was also a 1.5 sale for $4,379 as well. Man, this book is starting to drop right now, and I don't know why. You know why? I gotta be honest, it's probably because we didn't see him or get a tidbit in Black Panther Wakanda Forever for this character. But hey, like I always say, guys, if you're a long-term collector like me, if you're holding on to these big books, and you guys know I have 2 copies of this one in my collection, I am holding on to it. I am not selling. I am waiting 20 to 30 years if I can to be able to sell this book and take my gains. At number 3 on this list, guys, is a copy of one of my favorite books and covers of all time. It is a copy of Fantastic Four #12 and this iconic Jack Kirby cover, and a CGC 4.5 just sold back in September for $1,550, but that's not all. There was also a 5.5 sale for $1,903, believe it or not. You guys know I told you this whenever I go to a con, to a show, to my LCS. This is one of the books that I'm always looking to buy no matter what. I just think this cover is one of the best ever that has ever been done. Jack really nailed it out of the park with this one. I always talk about the gray background, and then you get the pops of color with the green from the Hulk, the orange from the Thing, and of course the blue from the Fantastic Four. This is mind-bogglingly iconic. Always a pickup if I can find it. At number 4 on this list is a copy of Fantastic Four 48 and the first appearance of the Silver Surfer, and a CGC 4.5 just sold this month for $1,525, but not only that, there was also a 4.0 sale this month for $1,283. Guess what? This book is up over the past couple of months, believe it or not. Over the past year and a half prior to this month, this book was on a severe downcline, and I always say I cannot figure out why. It shot up to the moon once Disney bought Fox, but ever since then, it has come down about 50%. To me, I'm all over this book every time I see it, guys. You know he's going to show up in the MCU sooner rather than later. I want to own this book before this happens. At number 5 on this list is the first appearance of Galactus, Fantastic Four number 49, and a CGC 4.0. Just sold this month for only $705, believe it or not. There was also a CGC 3.5 sale for $667. You guys know I always talk about this book. If you're going to own 48, you got to own 49, because when Silver Surfer does show up in the MCU, Galactus is not far behind him. If there are Silver Age Fantastic Four books that I want to own, these two absolutely have to be on this list, and it came in at number 5 on mine. At number 6 on this list is a copy of Fantastic Four number 4 and the first appearance of the Submariner in the Silver Age, and a CGC 3.0 just sold this month for $2,336, which actually is down over the past couple of months, and I can only assume now that we saw him in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie that this book has started to tail off. I know this book was a big buy when we first thought rumors that he may show up in this movie, but you probably should have sold it before then. But hey, if you're willing to hold on to this book for the long term, it may go up in value. But right now, I think a lot of people are stuck holding the bag on this book right now because they didn't dump before the movie aired. Either way, I think it's a good book. That's why it's number 6 at my list, but I'd rather own the true first appearance, but that's really not going to happen. At number 7 on this list is a copy of Fantastic Four number 3 and the first appearance of the Fantastic Four in their classic costumes. And this is a book that not a lot of people talk about because it is quite expensive for the third appearance of the Fantastic Four, and a CGC 3.0. Just sold this month for $1,110, and believe it or not, there was a 5.0 sale for $2,400 way back in September. Again, I'd always wanted to own this book. I love it. The first time we see them in their classic costumes, it's also their third appearance ever in comics. But to me, to spend $1,000 on this book, it's really too much money to spend, especially at lower grades. I'd rather take that $1,000 and buy a first appearance. It's not because I don't want to own the book, guys. It's just because I rather spend my money in a more wiser way. I want to own the book, but the price it's at, I just can't do it. But either way, I think it's number 7. Definitely should be bought if money is not an option. At number 8 on this list is a copy of Fantastic Four number 2 and the second appearance of the Fantastic Four. But not only that, this is the first appearance of the Skrulls, and a CGC 3.0 just sold this month for $2,275, which is actually not too bad considering it's the second appearance of the Fantastic Four. This also is a first appearance book as well, first appearance of the Skrulls. To me, with the Skrulls coming to the MCU, you probably should have bought this book already. You probably should be dumping it right now if you own it, if you're not willing to hold on for the next 20 to 30 years. I'd rather take that $2,000 though and put it toward a better book, put it towards a bigger first appearance, to be honest. Regardless, if you own this book, now is a great time to sell it. At number 9 in this list is a copy of Fantastic Four number 6 and the first team-up of supervillains Doctor Doom and the Submariner, and a CGC 4.5 just sold this month for $1,170, believe it or not, which actually is not a bad price. It's a nice smaller key to have, but to be honest, you guys know how I feel about collecting these books. I'm not spending $1,000 on the first team up of supervillains. I think it's an awesome book, an awesome cover to boot, but why are we throwing $1,100 at this book? If you bought every book on this list outside of number 1, you could probably take all those books, sell them, and buy a Fantastic Four number 1, and that to me is always a better buy. Either way, an awesome book. I'd love to have in the collection. I just can't spend the money. And rounding out the top 10 of this one, guys, is a book that no one ever talks about and probably nobody has in their collection. It is a copy of Fantastic Four Annual number 3 and the marriage of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. But not only that, guys, there is a panel or a couple of panels in this comic of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee appearing angry that they were denied entry into the wedding. How about that? I bet you didn't know that one, guys. Mighty's dropping some knowledge on you guys. Regardless, there is a CGC 7.0 that sold a couple months back for only $500, believe it or not. Hey, you don't have to go out and get a 7.0 copy of this book. It's actually just a cool book you should want in your collection. The fact that Jack and Stan appear in this book and that it's a great storyline you probably should have in your collection. This one is definitely worth owning in lower grades. That's why it's number 10 on my list. That's it for the list, guys. I hope you enjoy this one. There are actually a lot of classic keys when referring to the Fantastic Four, and these are my top 10. But do me a favor, drop me down in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything. Are there any books out there that you'd rather have on this list? I'm always interested in hearing from you guys. Of course, like I said before, if you're not subscribed, do yourself a favor, subscribe, because I'm picking someone once we get to 4,000 that's getting that statue. Hope you enjoyed this one. This was Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.